Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So good to hear your voice.
You too. It's nice to see you. Thank you for being here.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for having me.
So, can you just start off by telling people your name and where you're from?
My name is Gina Corden, and I'm originally from Alexandria, Virginia, but I live in Greenville, South Carolina.
Okay. So, when we first met, we were in acting class together. So, are you still taking classes or anything like that?
I was, but then after the lockdown, I'm actually just reading some acting books at the moment and working with an acting coach
Mhm.
through FaceTime. His name's Rodney Rowland. He's awesome. But I just kind of, just using this time wisely to like, follow up on his assignments and look at scripts and stuff like that and move forward that way. But I do miss like the long drives to Atlanta and going to class and or to Charlotte.
Yeah.
There's not much like there's acting opportunities in Greenville, but there's not a lot of like there's greater classes in Atlanta. So I'm always driving like an hour and a half to 2 hours either to Charlotte or Atlanta for a really good class. But lately Skype's been wonderful, to still continue the training.
Yeah. You miss driving an hour and a half?
I kind of do. I mean, it's a nice. Well, the drive from Greenville to Atlanta is very peaceful. It's just a nice straight shot. And yeah. And I mean, I drive all the time. When I go to visit my family in the Northern Virginia and DC, I'm on the road for like 6 hours, so I'm used to it. Where like a 2 hour drive is nothing for me. But
Wow.
it's I will say the lockdown has saved money on gas and wear and tear on the car, but
Yeah.
the only times I drive is when I absolutely have to go out, like to the grocery store or to work. Um, but yeah, it's weird. It's like I feel like I forgot how to like turn the radio on and how to, use my car. It's like this is weird.
Yeah. Those basic things you kind of take for granted. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't know at the time when we are in class that you're a nurse. So what kind of nursing do you do?
Actually, as of yesterday, I celebrated my 8-year nursing
Wow.
anniversary. 8 years ago, thanks.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Uh, I saw my Facebook memories, but 8 years ago, I passed the state boards. I'm a licensed practical nurse,
Okay.
and a lot of people ask me if I want to become a registered nurse, and I'm not against that, but I'm just very happy being a LPN.
Mhm.
I like to because I, I feel like I get a lot of positive reinforcement by helping the RNs. I'm kind of like
Mhm.
an assistant to the RNs and also to the doctors, but I feel it's really rewarding that way, and also, I just nursing school, I got through it, but at the same time it's just I feel like I'm still recovering from nursing school even after 8 years, where I'm still a little
Wow.
like scared to go back to like, be a slave to the books and stuff. So but yeah, for the time being, I'm just happy being an LPN. I work at the Prisma Health in Greenville, South Carolina. I used to
Okay.
work at the Prisma Health in Columbia, but they also have another location in Greenville, which was nice, to transfer over there.
Okay. So I know when you work, of course, you'll have to wear a mask for your job. When you go out to the grocery store to get food, do you also wear a mask or?
I do.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I actually have a story to share. I've been working as a site manager, and what that is it's like it's also a nursing responsibility, but my job is to kind of sit out in the hallways in like the ICU and help the staff, any staff that goes into a room with a patient that's positive for the COVID virus, making sure they gown up properly, making sure they wash their hands, and especially what's more important is when they're coming out of the room, you have to like stay 6 feet apart. You have to like watch their every move and make sure they wash their hands. It's amazing. Like you have to make sure like the nurses and the doctors don't touch their face. And there's one nurse where she had she was sweating and because the mask and the gowns when she was removing it, she just without even thinking before washing her hands was like trying to like touch her face, and I stopped her in time. uh, so we've been doing that. It was just like we've been super cautious on like touching doorknobs and wiping everything down. One night, one of the patients on the ICU died from the virus, and it was really sad. And they put the body on the body stretcher, on the stretcher, and they covered it, had the funeral home body covered over the body. Uh, and I just remember looking at that thinking like, you know, that kind of motivated me to really want to like go to Walmart to put a mask on, be that person that, you know, maybe people think I look ridiculous and like looking like an astronaut. At first with this whole pandemic, I was just like, you know, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to talk about it. It's just the media hyping it up and the whole like toilet paper memes. I was just like sick of it. But then when you actually see that and see someone die from that, you know, and especially for me, uh, you know, healthcare workers have to be super cautious when they go out because you may be fine and not be carrying the symptoms. But then when you go to Walmart or to the grocery store or to the gas station, you know, I mean, there could be something that you get on your scrubs and you touch your scrubs and I don't want to like scare people, but at the same time, you know, it's you know, we need to take better precautions. And, you know, I believe too that a healthcare worker, the moment you go to work, come straight home. Do not go to Walmart. Do not run errands, you know, because I mean, your hands may not be super clean or your scrubs might not be super clean. I know nurses, the moment they get home, they like strip down in the garage and like put their clothes in a trash bag and then wash it several times. And I'm also very cautious. A lot of people have asked me, "Hey, can you get me some mask in the hospital?" And you know, I can't because, you know, they're running so low on supplies. Where my husband just happened to have an extra mask with his job. He's a police officer. So I've been using that mask to get to Walmart and gloves and stuff. I wore gloves once to Walmart and it was really hard because like I had to check my phone to see the grocery list, but like I didn't want to like cross contaminate. So that was tough. But I
Yeah.
think if everybody does their part, it amazes me how some people think it's not a big deal and don't take it
Still.
seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. And but what they don't understand is even if you're young and you feel that you're going to be fine from it if you get it, you know, that one person, just like the body that I saw in the ICU, you know, they didn't make it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And you know, I just feel like it's not only our contribution as healthcare workers to be very to go straight home after your shift, but also like it's our duty to like stay even farther away from people because we're at the front lines with that.
Yeah.